Hey guys, I hope you're all well. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be chatting about hair removal and myth busting, and in particular, I'm going to be talking about epilation. Like, I've tried quite a few hair removal methods in the past, and I've had an epilator actually for a few years now. I feel like I don't always talk about hair removal. I've only talked about it a little bit in the past. I mean, it's always good to talk about, you know, different methods, but also I feel like there's so many rumors out there and worries that people have about certain ways of hair removal. So I thought it could be useful to sort of go through those and chat a bit more about epilation versus some other methods that I've used in the past, like waxing. And I just thought this idea would work really well because in this video I'm actually working with Braun. It's their epilator that I've used for a while. So also I feel like epilation is, sometimes people can be unsure whether to sort of go for it or not with epilation. So hopefully you guys can find this video interesting, informative, fun, hopefully. First I thought I'd show you guys how I usually use it and sort of like my little routine when I use it. So I love using an epilator for my legs. What I find great about epilating is that you don't have to wait for your hair to be a certain length before you can use it, before it's effective on your hair. And epilating can get rid of hairs that are as small as a grain of sand, which is crazy. If I'm sort of in a bit of a rush and I want to get it done quickly, I use it dry, but you can also use it wet as well. So, you know, you can do it in the bath, or usually I do it after I've been in the bath. So what I thought could be really useful and a lot more fun is to ask you guys any of your questions that you had on hair removal, using an epilator, pain, or any sort of queries you had or myths that you had heard about. I asked you guys on my Insta stories, and I've saved quite a few of the main, you know, questions that were popping up. So I'm gonna go through them with my tea. And also a lot of them were things that I used to think as well. I used to hear that it was painful, and then I did it and I was like, it's fine. I've heard it hurts a lot and that your hair needs to be very long to do it. No, okay, so the thing with epilation is the most it's gonna hurt is the very first session or the first few sessions, just because, you know, your body hasn't got used to the process yet. But for me, it's sort of it's like little sort of sharp prickles sometimes, and it's not even the whole way through of you know, one stroke up your leg. It can be a little bit uncomfortable, but for me, waxing is a lot worse. Also, I kind of like it because you're in control of it as well. So for me, the pain out of 5, I'd say is at first a 2 to 3, and then it's a 1 to 2, because my body's got used to it as well. So every time you do it, it should get less and less painful. Also, obviously, everyone's pain thresholds are different, so everyone's a little bit different, but I think overall, I really don't think it's that bad. Definitely not as bad as a lot of people think it is. And also your hair, no, it doesn't have to be long at all. So nothing as long as it has to be for waxing. It can pluck hair from, I think it's 0.5 millimeter when your hair is as small as a grain of sand. So yeah, it doesn't have to be long at all, and it still gets it. Does it make your hair grow out thinner over time? Yeah, so it's supposed to. That's each time it's supposed to help your hairs grow back finer and less noticeably. So yeah, your hair should get finer and finer over time. How long does it last? So it can last, the results can last up to 4 weeks, which is amazing, especially if you're running around like crazy, if you're a mum, if you're a working woman, if you're any kind of person. For me with shaving, for instance, literally it's every day or every 2 days. So yeah, it's a lot better. And someone just said ingrown hair. So any hair removal method can cause ingrown hair. So, and also personally, I feel like it's quite a personal thing also. I'm not very prone to ingrown hairs. I think maybe some people are more prone to them than others. So with epilating, or with sort of any method that you do, it helps to exfoliate the skin before you do it and moisturize afterwards, and that can sort of help to prevent it. So you could get them, but I guess it's just about trying to minimize the chances. Does it remove the hair as deeply as waxing? Yeah, it does. It literally plucks the hair at its root. So it's a lot more, it gets rid of a lot more of the hair than shaving does. The whole of that hair is gone. Is it more painful than waxing? For me, no, like absolutely not. For me, waxing is a lot more painful. Even though like the first time I used it, there is a little bit of pain, but like just not like waxing pain at all. Does epilation hurt more than laser hair removal? For me, no. And the funny thing is, like at first with me, laser hair removal hurts less, and then it gets more painful each time. Whereas with epilation, it's more painful at the beginning, and then it gets less and less and less. I've heard you can't use it on your foof. You can, so you can use it on different areas of your body, and there's different attachments to, you know, that are better for different areas. So you can use it there. And someone asked, is it mega sore? For me, no, I don't find it that sore, but I do find that moisturising afterwards helps a little bit. I don't know if it's like maybe some people get more sore than I do, like it might be a personal thing, but also you could use it with water. So you could, if you're someone who is prone to like, you know, someone with sensitive skin, or you're prone to soreness after hair removal, then you could like use it in the bath or the shower when your skin is wet. So that might help a little bit. Also, you could do it at night time so that any redness that you might get will be gone by the morning. I hope you found this video helpful or interesting, or maybe you've learned something new and like, you know, about a new method that you could try out. And it's especially just handy if you're quite a homebody as well, or if you're someone who can't always like keep making appointments to go and get your hair done, you know, out. So if you want to find out any more info as well on the Silcapil 9, then I'll put a link down below where you can have a look. And also, if you have any other questions on epilating or on just any other like things that come to mind, then leave them down below and I'll try to get back to you. I'll leave the links down below for what I'm wearing as well, and I'm wearing my jewellery. I got the longer chain recently of the gilded ring on chain, and I'm loving like layering this length with the other length. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.